welcome back to my channel. My name is Kay Shine, and thank you so much for clicking on this video today. You already know your girl is back with another freaking Askkay. If you don't know what an Askkay is, it's a series that I'm doing on my channel where you can submit to my email, askkayshine3@yahoo.com. You can submit your story time if you need advice or you just want to know what would Kay do. So if you're interested in that, definitely go ahead and submit to that email, and you may be featured in one of my upcoming videos. But y'all already know. Y'all already know over here. We like to hop right into the story time. Make sure you guys thumbs up this video, turn on your post notifications, and subscribe, of course. But without further ado, let's hop right into the video. Let's go. Alright, y'all, so I just go in order as I receive my emails. So we have another story time today. This one is titled Getting Pregnant by a Sneaky Link. Oh, y'all, let's see what the tea is. Okay, so boom. Hey girl, hey. I want to first start off by saying I love your channel and thank you for always providing good content. Period, sis. Thank you. You have a great way of telling story times, and I just want to hear my story come out of your mouth. Period. Okay. LOL. My story is kind of juicy but also sad. I am submitting the story of when I got pregnant by a sneaky link. Okay. I submitted a picture of myself just so that you can have a face with the story, but please don't show anyone else. I got you, sis. I got you. You can scroll down to see. Okay. Now, for the sake of the story, for me to protect my identity, I want you to refer to me as E, and the guy I got pregnant from as Demon. Ugh, I gotta say the name Demon here. I don't like that. We're gonna say D. You E and he D. Okay? Ed. Y'all Ed together. So no, let me stop. So this story actually starts back 8 years ago when I was in high school. I started messing around with this dude named D from high school, and that's all there ever was to it. Okay, bam. Like, that's it? Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. She said because he actually had a girlfriend. I know I was wrong for that, and I own up to it. Come to think of it, he always had a different girlfriend every time we linked, which is why I never saw him as relationship material. He was basically only just a good time because I knew he was a hoe. So yeah, we actually only messed around a couple of times at high school. Then after that, we didn't do anything because he graduated a year before me. Plus, I was talking to someone else and wasn't interested in him anymore. And also, part of the reason why I wasn't interested anymore was because he was a rude, narcissistic guy who always wanted his way and would talk disrespectful to me if I couldn't meet up with him for sex. I got tired of that and basically told him I didn't want to talk to him no more. And after that, I didn't hear from him anymore. Good. Like, it's probably for the best. So good. So that was that. Fast forward to February 2020. I'm 23 years old and just about to get my associate's degree. Okay, period, sis. Tell me why I just started thinking about this boy again. I don't know why. I can't tell you why. Because why is you? Why is you, sis? You getting your associates. You doing better things out here. Leave him in the past. He gotta go. Like, I just started thinking about how good the sex was. I tried to block out those feelings and even prayed about it. Don't blame this on God. This on you. This on you. Okay. But temptation eventually got the best of me, and I ended up inboxing him and seeing how he was doing. Oh, sis. I almost thought he wasn't going to respond to me because it took him over a week to respond. But once he did, of course, we linked up for sex. Just that quick, huh? Boom. That easy. His tall caramel self was just as fine as I remember from high school. So anyways, we linked up for the first time after like 6 years and linked up again that following week too. But after that, I stopped hearing from him. Like, he had me blocked on everything and I didn't know why. Because he just wanted the buns. He wanted the buns, sis. And after he got the buns, see you in another 6 years, baby. So no, fast forward to the summer and I finally hear from him again. He told me he blocked me because he didn't want his girlfriend to come across me. No surprise there. He always stayed booed up. He inboxed me super early one morning trying to link up, but I told him no because I was tired and he caught a little attitude with me. Ugh. I hate those guys that be having those little attitudes and stuff. A few days later, he called me on Messenger, but I accidentally missed the call. As a result of that, he blocked me all over again. He too sensitive. Like, oh my God, you didn't answer my call? Block. Like, dude, calm down. People got lives out here. That's how petty and immature he was. He would literally block me just because I accidentally missed a call or text. Anyways, days and months passed by and I gradually start to forget about him again. But one night in November, he contacted me again and I foolishly went out there and hooked up with him after not seeing him for months. So we did our thing or whatever. And like 2 weeks later, my mom keeps asking me, am I pregnant, because I look different to her. I got irritated because in my head, I just knew I wasn't, because I thought he had pulled out. Ugh. So y'all not even using condoms, sis? I'm sorry to say ugh like that and be judgmental, but like you said, you knew he was a sneaky leak. You knew he had multiple girlfriends. Like, you're not using protection with him, baby. That's a no-no, sis. You definitely need to protect yourself, because that means if he not using protection with you, he probably not using protection with all them other girlfriends you be saying he have. And that is you, girl. He could bring you back anything. No, we gotta take care of our health, sweetie. No, ma'am. Forget all of that pulling out. That's something you can do with your boyfriend if you choose that. But a sneaky link, somebody that you know is not your man or your boo for real, like, no, you gotta wrap it up, baby. You gotta wrap it up. Okay, if you don't want to wrap it up, don't unwrap it at all. Okay, leave it up in there. Leave it, zip them pants back up, leave it in there. Don't unwrap it if you ain't gonna wrap it up. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I thought my mom was just tripping. My cycle was due to come on Thanksgiving, but never came. I have it a few more days and still nothing. So that following Monday, I decided to take a pregnancy test, and it came back positive. 2 bold lines. I was in shock because I really did think he pulled out. I mean, he probably did. You know, you can get pregnant off pre-cum. It's a lot of stuff. Okay? It's a lot of stuff going on. So, you know, he could have. A little bit could have eased back then. You never know. I don't know. I always wanted to be a mom someday. Just didn't expect it to happen so soon. Forget so soon. Like, how about with the right guy? Like, somebody that's your boyfriend. Like, somebody that's your husband or something. I mean, y'all don't technically got to be married. But you worried about being pregnant too soon. You need to be pregnant by the right guy, sis. Come on. So I inboxed him and told him I had something important to tell him. Well, he definitely gonna block you, because dudes don't want to hear, oh, I have something important to tell you. Oh, we have something to talk about. We need to talk. That scares them, okay? For whatever reason, that scares them. Anyway, she said, you're not gonna believe what he did next. I already know. He blocked you. He blocked me, girl. He blocked me before I even had a chance to say that I was pregnant. Oh, we knew that was coming. We knew that. We could predict that. Like, we knew that was happening. It's almost as if he knew that I was going to say and just didn't want to be bothered. Like, he probably did know. He knew it's a chance that y'all having sex unprotectedly. And if you going to write him saying, hey, we need to talk, and instead of saying, hey, let's link up for sex, he knew that, oh, it was something serious there. Like, he knew what it was. She said, like, what the fuck? I was so mad. First thing I did was set up an appointment at Planned Parenthood for an abortion. I told myself I was not going to keep a child from someone like that. Y'all know I like to keep it real. I know stuff like that is very personal. So I'm going to try not to say too much. But, like, sis, if you knew you didn't want to have a kid by somebody like that, you definitely need to use protection. At least if you're not going to use protection, you need to be on birth control. You need to be doing other stuff. But I really dislike when females and males and people lay down and they act like they grown and they do stuff to make a baby. And then when a baby come, they like, oh, well, yeah, I'm going to have an abortion because I don't want no baby by you. Like, why are you having sex unprotected then? Or why are you not on birth control? I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm not trying to be insensitive to people who have been in situations like this or had to have gotten an abortion. I'm just saying, I'm not saying abortions are bad or good, but I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna do the grown-up things, either protect yourself so you don't end up in situations like this. But you like, I'm not having no baby by this boy. Like, you know he was not baby daddy material anyway. So why you didn't protect yourself with him? Like, that's all I'm saying. But anyways, my appointment was scheduled for December 22nd, which gave me like 3 weeks to wait. But during those 3 weeks, I felt so conflicted. on one hand, a part of me really did want to keep that child. I always wanted to be a mom and felt that that child would have brought purpose and happiness to my life. But on the other hand, I just felt that it wasn't the right time. I wasn't stable enough. I just got my associate's degree, was unemployed, and still living with my mama. And I also still want to do things with my life before having a child. Like, I want to go back to school, travel the world, and have my own place before having a child. Well, you should have considered all of that before you laid down unprotected. But I digress. I digress. So I felt torn between those two things, but ultimately I decided to have the abortion. This is where things really go downhill for me. So she said, so after I had the abortion, I felt okay afterwards. I had the medical abortion, so I had a lot of cramping and bleeding. But besides physical pain, I thought I was okay. But a few days later, I don't know what came over me, but I became an emotional wreck. Like, I started bawling my eyes out, crying, wishing I could have my baby back. I cried pretty much every day for 2 weeks straight. I just felt so lost and empty on the inside. I'm basically about to lose my mind. I still haven't heard back from D since the night I conceived, and I was still blocked on everything. So I decided to inbox him on my backup Facebook account just to tell him everything that happened. I poured my heart out to him, telling him, explaining all the pain and mental trauma I was dealing with. He didn't block me, but he never responded back either. My messenger just said sent. My mother also inboxed him, but he didn't respond to her either. It just said delivered. So today I have no idea whether he actually read the messages or not, which bugs me. Fast forward to February of this year. I'm scrolling on Facebook and I see his mugshot pop up. Turns out him and another guy got arrested for a series of armed robbery and burglaries. Can I talk? I was a little shocked because although I knew he was a roughneck, I never would have thought he would commit a crime like that. So that was definitely a shock. But it made me realize that I really just didn't need to have a baby with someone, like, especially with him being locked up. But despite all of that, I still mourned the loss of my baby. I had baby fever and real bad after my abortion. It was envious of other pregnant women I saw. I also believed in my heart that my child was a boy, which hurts even more because I've always wanted a son. Me too. Like, y'all know I don't have no kids, but I really want my first to be a boy, so I'm praying for a boy. It's a lot of girls in my family, so I just really hope that I get a boy. But my depression got so bad to the point where I had to start seeing a therapist. Girl, therapy helped in many ways, but I was still depressed most of the time. I dealt with severe depression for over 6 months. It wasn't until last month when I went on a little vacation that I started feeling better about things. Me going on my first trip after quarantine made me realize that I really do want to live my life to the fullest before having a child. And that once I do have a child, I will be ready, because that time I would definitely have more life experiences and things to offer. As my due date approaches, I still think about the loss of my baby, but I take comfort in knowing that I am forgiven by God and that when the time is right, I will become a mom. Yes, ma'am. In the meantime, though, I'm just focusing on my goals and working on becoming the best version of myself. You better speak, girl. And I'm definitely not letting any guy use me and mistreat me like that again. Don't get me wrong. I still have my days sometimes, but I am in a much better headspace than I was even a month ago. And I have nothing but God to thank for that. Girl, you better talk. So anybody who may have had an abortion before, I want you to know that you are not alone and that you are not a bad person. We all find ourselves in compromising, conflicted situations sometimes and only make decisions that we feel is best for at that time. We all have made mistakes, but the good thing about mistakes is that they teach us lessons that we can learn from. I hope my story can help at least one person out there. Thanks in advance, Kay, for reading this. I love you all and God bless. Yes, sis. Y'all, she couldn't have said that any better. She better speak. And she showed me a picture. Beautiful queen. Yes, girl. You even look happy in this picture. You are smiling. Like, I could tell that you are in a much better space. First of all, like I said, the comment that I made earlier about the abortion, don't think I'm judging any females that have had an abortion. Like I said, I'm definitely not doing that. I'm definitely not judging, because like she said, sometimes you are in conflicted and complicated positions where you might have to make a certain decision. So I'm never knocking that. But what I'm saying is, if y'all know that y'all are not ready to be a parent, just find ways to protect yourself, whether it be a condom, whether it be birth control. If you are sleeping with somebody that you necessarily don't want to be tied to for the next 18 plus plus years, or you don't feel like, oh, this is a person that I would have a child with and be okay, don't have sex with them unprotected. Or like I said, get on birth control. That's all I'm saying. I'm not judging anybody who has had an abortion. You got to do what you got to do, and don't nobody know what's best for you but you and God. So I'm definitely not doing that. But sis, I'm so glad that you are in a much better position, because depression, as we talked about on my channel before, it's no joke. It is no joke. And I'm so glad that you actually seeked out for help, and you know, you went to therapy, because like, obviously not obviously, because y'all didn't see her picture, but she is an African American woman. And like I talked about in my live, make sure y'all tune into my lives, because I go live very frequently on my channel. But anyways, if you've been on my live, we talked about you know, basically mental illness being almost a taboo in African American families. So a lot of times we don't seek out therapy because we feel like we could take care on our own, or this is just a rough time in our life, or this is just a phase, I can get through it. No, y'all, that is why it's a such thing as therapy and counseling, because people need this. Some people actually need this. As y'all know or don't know, my major was psychology in college, so I definitely believe that I'm very aware of mental illnesses and seeking help and needing help. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Don't think, oh, they're gonna think I'm crazy if I'm getting a therapist. No. Sometimes you need to talk. Sometimes you need to vent. Sometimes you don't know a way out of getting out the depression unless people come and help you and give you tips and show you a path. It's okay to need help, y'all. It's okay to not be okay. You don't always have to be okay. We are emotional beings for a reason, and sometimes one emotion might take over your whole body over the other emotions, and sometimes that emotion might be sadness, or you might be depressed, or you might be unhappy, and that one emotion could take over your entire body. If you need help, seek for it. Ask for help. Find somebody. There are groups. There is a lot that you can do, probably even in your local area, where you can go to groups to seek out for depression, and you can just talk. Sometimes just talking is all you need, and you might not want to talk to your mom or your parents or your sibling. You might want to talk to somebody who, you know, are not in your inner circle. Like, seek out help, y'all. It's definitely okay. But girl, yes, like I said, I'm glad that you chose the best decision for you, and that you understand your mistakes, and that you learn from them, like you said, because that's all we can ever do. If y'all watch my story times and y'all some real OGs, y'all know I've made mistakes. People around me have made mistakes, and all I can do is learn from them. I cannot go back in time. I cannot change them. The only thing I can do is learn moving forward. So that's why I do my videos, because I want y'all to understand, hey, I've been through shit. I've made mistakes, and look at me now, you know. So, and I'm sure I'm gonna continue to make mistakes as my life goes on, but just know that y'all gonna overcome it. Just believe in yourself and put yourself first, and always do what's best for you, y'all. But sis, thank you so much for submitting that story time. I know that was completely vulnerable of you, and I definitely appreciate you sharing that with me and actually taking out the time to write that story time. If y'all want, leave some positivity for my good sis in the comment box below. Y'all know we keep it very respectful over here, so let's do that. That is the end of her story time. Of course, like I said, if you have any comments for her, you can definitely leave that below. If you like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up, and make sure you click that bell so that way you are notified every time I post a video, y'all. But until next time, I see you in my next video.